Hi there everybody, it's Lee and Bridget from King Harvest and kingharvest.org. Today we're here to talk a little bit about breast cancer. Breast cancer is a very complex subject. It's also very near and dear to all of our hearts because, unfortunately so many people are epidemically being diagnosed with all these different types. It's worrisome because, our mothers, our daughters, our grandmothers are sick. They're the center of our families. And above all, we want to take care of them because taking care of them is taking care of ourselves, right? So we get asked a lot of questions, and especially this week because the week ahead when this now is going to be posted, we're talking about the theme of the week is breast cancer and the different types of breast cancer and different types of cannabis oils that can be useful and beneficial to you. So there are 5 main types of breast cancer, right? Ductal carcinoma, which is the most common, lobular carcinoma, inflammatory breast cancer, HER2 positive breast cancer, and triple negative breast cancer. We're going to talk more specifically about HER2 positive and triple negative because those are the 2 types of cancers, the 2 differentiation points that are the most treatable with cannabis oil protocols. The reason for that being is that Western medicine has very few opportunities or solutions for HER2 breast cancer and triple negative, and so they come to us very quickly seeking an alternative solution, and once we get a hold of you quickly, then we can be of more help. So, because if you didn't take all that time doing radiation and chemotherapy destroying your body, then the sooner you get to us, the more we can help, because cannabis oil is non-toxic. It's not going to cause any irreversible problems, whereas chemo and radiation is the one thing on the menu that they try to make universal for all of these things. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't want my mother, grandmother, or this beautiful lady subject to any of that. So all I'm going to do is tell you what I would do in my family, right? And then she's going to ask me some questions. So the reason HER2 positive estrogen cancer, the reason cannabis oils will work and why it is so important to have strain-specific medicine, we always like to use the ACDC strain for our workhorse for breast cancer. But the high CBD, the extremely potent high CBD in the 18-to-1 ratio, regulates the microenvironment that the cancer is living in and proliferating its cells in, and it inhibits the tumor growth while still stimulating your endocannabinoid system. Your endocannabinoid system is responsible for your healthy cell blueprint. If you can knock down inflammation, stimulate that system, give you back the ability to make a perfect cell, and limit the HER2 positive estrogen cancer's microenvironment, then your body's probably going to be able to correct itself. We all have cancer all the time. This gives your body the edge to get on top of it. And even if you were to be doing chemo and radiation, this is your best bet. Okay, absolutely your best bet. In the case of triple negative, cannabinoids are going to be blocking the expression of what is called the D1 gene expression. Okay, they're doing that by inhibiting what's called the epidural growth factor, or inhibiting the speed at which the cancer, the tumor, is proliferating and developing. So if we can stop the proliferation of that mutated gene, that's the bad blueprint, and give the body back the good blueprint that's going to deal with the underlying cause of the cancer. Again, this is the triple negative instance. So we give them back the ability to make the perfect blueprint, and at the same time we're knocking down system-wide inflammation. When your body's told again what is healthy, it remembers, and then it will act accordingly. Right. So just like in World War II, when the Allies killed Hitler, all the Germans gave up. And cellular apoptosis works the same way. So we just need to use the right kind of flower-only, strain-specific, whole molecule, properly prepared medicine, because cancer and our physiology, it's like a Rubik's Cube. We need to have the right keys and locks to be able to open the door. Okay? So HER2 positive breast cancer, high CBD. We like the ACDC strain. We never want to go higher than 3-to-1 CBD dominant ratio with that. There is a little bit of fear with breast cancer that THC can make it worse, and that's not the case. It's just simply that the the HER2 positive doesn't have the same type of THC receptors, and so it only responds to CBD. And in our opinion, if somebody's sick, you only use CBD from the AC/DC plant. So anyway, I hope that helps. So let's just go through a few quick questions, okay?
Absolutely.
And then we'll go.
Okay, so the first question is, can cannabis oil help treat breast cancer?
Yes, it's going to help treat the symptoms. It's going to knock down inflammation. Typically, you want a ratio of 1:1, which is equal parts CBD and THC, naturally occurring in whole molecule, right? But in the instance of triple negative, right, you're going to want, or HER2, you're going to want like more dominant CBD regimens.
Right.
Cannabis oil is wonderful for breast cancer because CBD in women is especially effective. It behaves very powerfully, very profoundly, and it re-regulates the women's physiology, more substantially than in men.
Absolutely.
So it's a glandular cancer. It's soft tissue, so it's very, very easy to affect it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So is suppositories a good way to treat breast cancer with cannabis oil?
Yes, we want to use in half of our receptors are in our mouth, GI tract, liver. We want to turn the liver and all the vital organs back on. That's why nutrition is so important also, and supplements. But the other half of our receptors are in our colon, and so with any kind of cancer, we're going to suggest that you use both orally and rectally. And then in the event of breast cancer, I would highly suggest Blue Emu to put that on nightly.
Topically.
Topically, so it just goes right through the barrier.
Right, absolutely. So the next question is, do you recommend cannabis for symptom treatment when you are treating breast cancer?
Yeah, the symptom treatment is going to be a side effect of you getting well. Unlike Western medicine, pharmaceuticals, radiation, chemotherapy, the side effects are all very toxic. So aggressively dealing with the underlying mechanism of the cancer, well, the byproduct is going to be you're going to be sleeping better, you're going to be hungry, you're going to want to get up and go for a walk, you're going to start having an indication that you're getting better even though you may not know why. And typically, so you all know, at the 30-day mark, aggressive protocols, we like to see things stabilize and metastases stop. So, one could see like physical evidence of this working within 30 days. Yeah.
Okay. So the next question is, can cannabis help somebody who is post-mastectomy?
Yes. Cancer is a molecular disease. It's born of the blood. When we have enough of it, then the body will put it into a tumor so it can continue to fight it off or try to deal with it, try to fight it off, which is, in these cases, not very successful. So it's going to clean up anything in the blood, and also it's going to act as a preventative measure. So if you have cancer, you don't really want to buck the odds, and doing maintenance is really a good idea. And so people ask us, it's called recidivism. How quickly, or do we ever see instances of cancer coming back? And the answer is yes, if you stop taking your maintenance. The idea is that you do this for 90 days. You do it once. If it's really stubborn, you might have to do it twice. But if it's going to work for you, you're going to do it once, right? And then you're going to go onto a maintenance dose, which is going to be very affordable, and ideally you're going to want to do that. You're going to want to stimulate yourself with CBD for probably the rest of your life. And again, you're going to want that from the AC/DC plant.
And perhaps the topical Blue Emu for scar tissue.
Yeah. So if you've had Blue Emu and the CBD for skincare, and also just getting through transdermally, because it goes right through the blood-brain barrier, right? It'll go right into the bloodstream and right to the brain. That's good as an accompaniment part of the protocol, but you still need to eat the medicine because it needs to go through the liver. Naturopaths will tell you, anybody that supports supplements like Standard Process and things, or muscle testers, kinesiologists, they'll tell you that, there's an imbalance, and so, the use of cannabis oils mixed with proper nutrition and everything, we can set the body back online and restore you to, peak health. And, any of you who are out there sick, ask yourselves the question, have I peaked yet? Are my best days behind me? And our answer is no. Unless you've gone through a full protocol, you don't know if you're going to get all the way better yet. I wouldn't listen to the guys in the white coats, whether they're, internal medicine doctors or their veterinarians. And this also applies for dogs.
Yes. Are there any specific ratios or strains that you suggest for the different types of breast cancer?
Well, for all breast cancers except for estrogen positive and except for the triple negative, and we're going to, all the breast cancers we want a 1-to-1, right? Which is going to be equal parts, we suggest Hindu Kush and equal parts ACDC. That's 18-to-1 and 1-to-18. It's a perfect book match. It's they're reflective opposites of themselves, and that seems to stimulate the system the best. But in the instance of HER2 positive and triple negative, you're going to want a larger amount of CBD. You're going to want a 3-to-1 ratio, still made with the ACDC strain and the Hindu Kush strain, but we want to have a more substantive amount of CBD so it can go further in the inflammatory process. In those cancers, we really need the CBD to regulate the environment, to slow the onset, and while that environment is being regulated, the THC can spread through the physiology and cause the apoptosis, which is the THC killing all the cancer in your body. So.
Yeah. Okay, so how do we get that medicine?
So, the best thing that you can do is to visit us at kingharvest.org, and even better than that is to call us directly at 877-469-4584. We're always available on the website or by phone. Our counselors are standing by to answer all your questions without any obligation. King Harvest believes that you shouldn't have to pay for good information, good advice, and with the experience that many of you had with Western medicine, you're probably broke and you probably have already spent all your money on things that didn't work anyway. So what we like to do is educate you about what does work and what can help you, and if you choose to, in that consultation phone call, then we can provide you with the world's finest cannabis oil. Okay, so this is Lee and Bridget. Please visit us at kingharvest.org. One more time, that phone number is 877-469-4584. We love you all. Happy healing.
Happy healing.
Hi everyone, this is Lee from King Harvest and kingharvest.org. I wanted to take a moment and thank you all for watching. If you like this video, please go ahead and subscribe or click on one of the videos to your right. Further, if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave them below. You can also visit us at kingharvest.org. Thank you again, and happy healing.